Bitcoin, please go to moon. Stop going sideways now. Don't ever say we going down to 1K, but Mr. Novokratsy, we have bottomed out, Novokratzy's bullish. Bottomed out, don't ever rise is bearish.
Bearish falls to 13 times there.
Novokratzy's bullish.
Bitcoin could be at 40,000.
Let us go to moon.
Yo, yo, yo. Welcome everyone to today's cryptocurrency price prediction and technical analysis live stream. Bitcoin is, for the past few days, still trading at approximately 73,500 US dollars. We are trading in some kind of a local range, and on today's crypto live stream, I actually do think I do have a lot of different things to talk about. We are going to talk about a potential Elliot wave count we can right now identify on the 4-hourly and also the 2-hourly time frame. I'm going to show you something I have not shown you ever before on YouTube, because I'm going to use one of the indicators that is going to potentially show us exactly in which direction is Bitcoin going to move in the upcoming hours. Not only that, I'm going to show you where potentially we might look for another long or buying position. And yes, if Bitcoin right here does go just slightly lower, I'm very much interested to go with another long or buy, because the probability of a bounce approximately right here is actually very, very high. Additionally, today I want to show you what is the area of resistance, not only one, but actually two very important golden Fibonacci ratios on the daily and also on the 4-hourly time frame. But additionally, later, I still want to talk about Ethereum and also XRP. With it being said, before I start with the live stream, I just want to welcome everyone on today's crypto live stream. Yeah, I mean, pretty much it does look like a lot of you are right now already joining. Of course, hopefully your day today has been an amazing one, and if not, maybe today's live stream can make it just slightly better. With it being said, again, welcome everyone that is right now joining. Happy Sunday, Hyper. Thank you very much. And pretty much the same to everyone that is right now in the chat. With that said, let's focus on the Bitcoin chart. Then, of course, I'm going to check out the chat again, because I'm very curious to see what you think about what I'm right now going to talk about in the upcoming minutes. But the first thing first. You probably know that for the past few days, we have been paying attention to some very simple, some very key levels on BTC. We went with our liquidity level, saying that this level right here is a very important one at 73,300 US dollars. After we got a liquidity grab and a successful swing failure pattern at this area, I simply entered a brand new long or a buying position on Bitcoin and also on Ethereum. If I am correct, I did get stopped out of my long position once, maybe even twice actually. But yeah, so far I do remain in those two long positions on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and also I believe I have one on XRP. But additionally, I do remain in my short positions on Bitcoin and also on Ethereum. And at the area where we are at the moment, I simply paid myself quite a lot already actually, because we are right now trading at some very important areas of support. So we hit the liquidity level here. Bitcoin tried getting a rotation back towards the upside, but we are right now still not able to break our daily high-term time frame area of resistance. We were trying to reclaim it back towards the upside, but then literally almost only a few hours later, we went back below the daily, and so far the daily level right here, it is still acting as the area of resistance. So far we have right here the liquidity level. In my opinion, this liquidity level right here is not even an important one anymore. With this daily, to be honest, I also don't really think it's that big of an important level anymore, because we have tested the level for many, many times. You're going to see right here, we got the first test of the level, we failed, we got a push down. Another test, another fail, another push down, another test, another rejection. And also right here, we really tried breaking our daily level for many, many times, and so far Bitcoin has simply been quite unsuccessful with it. So yeah, I mean, it does look like it is quite an important level, but to be honest, I'm not really paying that much attention to this level anymore, because later in the live stream, we are going to identify in this area something quite important, but more about it slightly later. Right now, I just want to show you that overall speaking, on the daily, as you probably know, we are still moving in some kind of a very nice ascending channel. The bottom of the ascending channel coming in at approximately 71,000, let's just say 800 US dollars. If this zone of support is maybe even going to get hit in the upcoming hours, I do think a beautiful area is then going to be hit, where potentially again we could be looking for another long or buy trade. On today's live stream, I am going to give you reasons why ideally I'm looking for another push down, why ideally I'm looking for Bitcoin to bottom out at least temporarily this zone, and what ideally are then going to be our targets for another rotation back towards the upside. But again, if we go lower, beautiful area of support is actually going to get hit, and I'm going to show you exactly what level I'm right to paying attention to right here. But first, let's actually go here on the 4-hourly time frame, because I want to show you a scenario, because what if Bitcoin here does not go lower, we do not hit our support level, and we are right now already going to get right here another rotation back up. Now, I need to be completely honest with you, and something I have been saying to you for a long time. Unfortunately, I do not have a crystal ball. I know where I'm looking for a long position. I know where I'm looking for a short or a sell position. But unfortunately, I do not know with 100% probability in which direction Bitcoin is going to move. I really am similarly as you. You probably have an idea where you might be looking for a buy, where you might be looking for a sell. But the thing is, we cannot really predict with 100% accuracy in which direction Bitcoin is actually going to move. So I know that at the area where where we are right now, I'm simply looking, or simply I have already fired another long or buy trade. It's up to the market right now to decide if I'm going to make money on the trade or if I'm going to lose money on the trade. And simply right now, it is the game of waiting. We know we are already at a key level. We also know we have gotten a lot of liquidity grabs at this area, but unfortunately, we again don't know what is exactly going to happen next. But the truth is, fortunately for us, we don't have to know if Bitcoin goes up from here or down from here for us to make money in the market. What does that exactly mean? Because I'm right now already in a long or a buying position. That simply means if Bitcoin is going to move higher, I am going to make quite a nice money on the long position on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and also on XRP. But yes, in this scenario, my short positions are going to be in a slightly less of a profit. Fortunately for me, as I said before to you, I have already paid myself at least a little bit with all of those shorts. So even if I right now get stopped out of my short positions right here, I'm still going to be in a profit with both of the trades. Additionally, I'm going to be holding some very nice long or buy positions. On the other hand, if we go lower, I get stopped out on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and also the XRP trade. But on the other hand, also, I do remain in my short positions, which simply means if we go lower, I'm going to be taking even more profits, covering the loss from the long trades, and probably also being in an even bigger profit. But that is not my point here. I want to simply say, if Bitcoin does go higher, I am prepared. If we go lower, I'm also prepared because, again, we try to buy low, we try to sell high. We are probably not going to nail every single high. We are probably not going to nail every single bottom right here, but we can talk about where does Bitcoin have a higher probability of some kind of a reversal. And let me now show you how a bullish scenario is right now going to look like before we talk about more of a bearish one. But what we can do here, let's go with our Elliot impulsive wave, where we are going to be identifying a 5-wave price structure straight towards downside. We can right to say, we got right here an impulse, we got a correction. Another impulse right here, another correction, and right here also Bitcoin probably finished the entire 5th Elliot wave. If we are going to go lower, simply then we can adjust our 5th Elliot wave. But so far, it does seem like the 5th Elliot wave potentially is right now already finished exactly at this specific level at 72,000 $400 US. If we go lower, I'm simply then, in this scenario, again, as we said before, I'm going to lose some money on the long positions right here. We adjust our plan, saying that the fifth Elliot wave was probably lower, and only then we are looking right here for another rotation back towards the upside. So let me now show you exactly what I'm right here on Bitcoin looking at, because ideally I am looking right here for quite a nice bounce towards the upside. And why I'm doing, or actually why I'm looking for a rotation back up here, simply because of an ABC correction we already talked about in my previous videos, and also, if I'm correct, in my previous week live stream, I was talking about the ABC correction, and still right now, pretty much the exact same plan. We can now say Bitcoin right here is right now finishing the A Elliot wave, or maybe it is already finished right here. We are then going to look for some kind of a push towards the upside for the B Elliot wave. After this one is finished, of course, ideally, we are looking for another push towards the upside. So this right here, or should I say this, some kind of a prediction in which direction we move next, still remains the same. The biggest question right now is, have we actually bottomed right here, or are we going to get another push down, Bitcoin hitting our major support level, and then we are going to look right here for a major B Elliot wave straight towards the upside? Again, I don't want to guess. I am prepared with my long positions for higher, or if we go lower, I'm simply going to look for another long position slightly lower at some kind of a very nice area of support. But more about the support levels slightly later. Now, I want to talk about the higher targets of this specific ABC correction, because the B Elliot wave price target is actually a very nice one, and is going to be the second area of resistance I'm paying attention to. Later in the live stream, I'm going to show you the first level I'm paying attention to, but nevertheless, the first level for our B Elliot wave is going to be measured very simply. We go with our Fibonacci retracement from the high here back towards the low, and usually we are paying attention directly towards the golden Fibonacci ratio. To be honest, right now, I'm not changing anything here. Golden Fibonacci ratio remains the best level we can rank to be looking for if Bitcoin is going to be able right here to get another rotation back towards the upside. $79,000 area is the biggest area of resistance on the entire Bitcoin chart, at least at the moment. Why so, you might ask? Simply because you can see we have the golden Fibonacci ratio here. Additionally, we can identify not only one, not two, but three liquidity levels. You can see here, we got our recent high being a liquidity level at approximately 78,500. Another liquidity level slightly lower right here, 78,100. And also we can say this level is going to be another liquidity level because it was another recent high before Bitcoin got another push down here. So why are those levels right here liquidity levels? Because when people go with a short or a sell position, they probably set a stop loss exactly above the high. So it right means Bitcoin goes higher, we potentially liquidate them, we rank them, we stop them out of their short position, and usually when most people get racked, only then we might be looking right here for a reversal back towards downside. That is why, that is why the golden Fibonacci ratio right here, and also the three liquidity levels at $79,000 area, in my opinion, are very, very important. But not only that, we can actually go right here one step further. You probably remember the Bitcoin CME futures chart, because exactly at this area, surprisingly, or maybe even not, we also do have right here the CME gap at $78,800, exactly at the golden Fibonacci ratio. Coincidence? I mean, of course, it could be, but it really does seem like we do have right here a major area of resistance that ideally gets hit in the upcoming days. The only question is, are we going to get right here a pump straight away, or are we going to first of all get another push down, another liquidity grab, and only then another rotation back towards the upside? I mean, to be honest right now with you, my ideal scenario is that Bitcoin gets another push down, grabs as much liquidity as possible, gets even more people bearish, and ideally maybe even this one dropping in the extreme fear area. Let me actually refresh the page to see. Yeah, we are right now at 34 level. We scare out even more people, and only then we get right here a reversal back towards the upside. And let me now show you exactly why I still do think there is quite a high probability of Bitcoin right here getting another push down. And for this, I'm going to be using an indicator called hypertrend indicator. So I'm going to go right here with my scripts. We go right here with hyper trend, and you will see that overall speaking, on the 4-hourly time frame, we are in a downtrend. Now, 2-hourly time frame, we are also in a downtrend. 1-hourly, we are in a downtrend. 30-minute, we are in a downtrend. 15-minute, 5-minute, it doesn't really matter. We are moving in a downtrend. So one thing that I want to make right now very, very clear. If we are in a downtrend on the 4-hourly, on the 2-hourly, on the 1-hourly, 30-minute, 15-minute, 5-minute time frame, I mean, logically thinking, right? The trend is your friend until proven otherwise. And so far, the trend of Bitcoin is clearly towards downside on all of those time frames. For example, when we go on the daily, the story is exactly the same. We are right here moving in a downtrend. And that is why, talking about the probability, I would actually say there is quite a high probability of Bitcoin getting another push down. Of course, in this scenario, my short positions are going to be in an even bigger profit. My long positions get stopped out, but nevertheless, I'm going to then look to enter another long position at the support level slightly lower. The thing is, we are in a downtrend on every single time frame pretty much right now. So if I to say to you, we do have a higher probability of getting a reversal immediately, I mean, clearly, I'm going against the major trend. I know, yeah, sure, we are right now still trading at some kind of a very nice area of support, but yeah, I mean, ideally right now, because we are in a downtrend, or should I say in terms of probabilities, we do have still right now quite a high probability of getting another push down, getting and hitting the golden Fibonacci ratio, and only then getting a reversal back towards the upside. Another reason why I would like to get a reversal in the upcoming days, maybe even tomorrow, maybe even right now where we are, to be honest, is because a lot of different other indicators are being in the oversold area. I'm right now going to show you something quite interesting in my free VIP Discord server. By the way, you can actually join my free VIP Discord server using this specific link down below in the description. You click the link, it is completely for free. So something that I did post only a few days ago, oops, not this one, I need to go with Discord. It was actually this post posted on 29th of May. So today is 31st, so 2 days ago, I posted something very interesting. Look right now at the hyperwave indicator. It is going directly in the oversold area. I'm not going to put the indicator right now on the chart just yet because it is, to be honest, not even released to the public. Also, the hyper trend indicator, it is right now not released yet, but we are actually coming very, very close to being released. So yeah, make sure you stay tuned for this one because I do think it is a very powerful indicator. And you are going to see that, for example, with the rejection back down here, we were forming a bearish divergence for quite a long time. And then Bitcoin, of course, right here, got a rejection back down. Now we are going in the oversold area. Last few examples that we went in the oversold area, we actually got right here very nice rotation back towards the upside. But that is not the main point right now. I just want to say, where we are right now, I do think a pump is going to happen right now, right here, or slightly lower at the next support level. Of course, again, I need to say here, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know with 100% probability that we are actually going to get right here a pump towards the upside. I just talk about right here about the probabilities, right? We can still, for example, get a major dump right here. I get stopped out on all of my long positions. I do remain in my short trades. I'm just talking about right here the highest probability setups. And in my opinion, the bottom of Bitcoin is right now in or very, very close. Additionally, right now, let me show you exactly what has been happening on, what is right now the support level that ideally I want to get hit, and then we are going to go and see what is right now happening with the Bitcoin liquidation heat map. But so what we can right here first of all do, we go with our Fibonacci retracement from the low here back towards the high. Golden Fibonacci ratio is usually the best level we can actually be targeting, right? So this level is going to come in at approximately 71,000, let's just say $500 US. If you go with the log scale, it is going to be slightly lower. But yeah, nevertheless, this zone right here, it is a nice support level in terms of the golden Fibonacci ratio. Then additionally, we can go right here with our high-term time frame levels, daily level coming in slightly lower than our golden pocket. But also right here, what we can do, we can go actually on the Bitcoin semi futures chart right here again, and you can see slightly lower at approximately 69,800, Bitcoin does have another semi-gap. So this zone right here, slightly lower from the area where we are, a major zone of support is going to get hit. And when we right now try and connect literally all of the dots together, we know quite a nice indication is right now happening on the hyperwave indicator being in the oversold area. The momentum wave in the hyperwave here, it is also forming a higher low, forming a regular bullish divergence. Additionally, we know major support level is going to get hit. Additionally, we also know even more people are going to get liquidated, because later I am going to go with the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, but also a lot of other indicators, for example, money flow, MACD, and RSI are right now as well getting a very nice bullish indication. So if Bitcoin hits this specific zone of support, what I'm going to be doing, I'm not saying we cannot go lower. Maybe I get completely wrecked and Bitcoin is going to dump below 60,000 US dollars. But the thing is, if we talk about the probabilities, this level right here is a beautiful level where personally I am prepared to risk even more capital and potentially enter another long or a buy trade. So why is this area such a nice zone of support? Pay attention right now to the Bitcoin liquidation heat map. I'm going to right now zoom out a little bit on the 1 week time frame, or maybe on the 1 week time frame. This one is now showing to us the biggest liquidations cluster is coming in below the recent lows. So if we go lower here, almost 170 million of long positions are going to get liquidated. Additionally, when we are right to zooming out even further on the 2 week time frame, this one is showing us a completely different story. Biggest liquidations when we are zooming out are going to be above the recent highs. That is why right now, ideally, I would like Bitcoin to get another push down, get a liquidity grab below the recent low, hit our major golden Fibonacci ratio, daily level, maybe also liquidity level below the recent low, then reverse it back towards the upside and also hit a major liquidations cluster at approximately 78,300 US dollar area. So pretty much what I would like to say, this level, it does actually have quite a high probability of getting hit, ideally in the upcoming week. So again, I'm looking right here for a rotation back towards the upside. The only question right now is, as we said before, are we going to get a reversal already right here, or are we actually going to get another push down, hit the support level, and then get a reversal back up? Those two scenarios, in my opinion, are currently on Bitcoin having literally the highest probability. Also right now, let me show you something that I already shared in my free VIP Discord group a few hours ago, right here. Currently, we are getting right here some bearish absorption on Bitcoin. What does that mean? We were getting only a few hours ago a brand new lower high on Bitcoin, higher high on the CVD. What does it mean? It means people were buying Bitcoin, not able to push it back towards the upside. Bearish absorption, bearish divergence, bearish Bitcoin indication. And that is why, another reason why ideally I would like for BTC to drop slightly lower back down, ideally below the recent low, before getting a reversal back up. If we don't go lower, again, I am still in my long positions. So if we get a pump towards the upside, of course, those long positions are going to be in an even bigger profit. But nevertheless, looking right now at the liquidation heat map on the 3-day time frame and also on the 1 week time frame, both of them are right now actually having bigger liquidations. Actually, no, 3-day does have the liquidations above the highs, but the 1 week time frame does actually have the biggest liquidation cluster below the recent low. Also, as we said before, if you look at the trend right now, it does seem like that we are still in a downtrend on the 30-minute time frame, on the 1 hourly, on the 2 hourly, on the 4 hourly. Every single time frame is in a downtrend. So I would actually be if we talk about how confident I am this support level is going to get hit, I am quite confident because, again, we are in a very nice downtrend here. But yeah, let the market right now, let's wait to see what the market is going to do in the upcoming hours. And then, of course, if we go lower, we do actually have a beautiful support level slightly lower for us. But also right now, of course, I would appreciate if you now smash up the like button, because 600 likes right here, I definitely do think they are possible. But of course, also, if you want, you can right here subscribe to the channel. Let me now show you exactly what is happening on the daily time frame on the Elliot stochastic CG oscillator right here. I'm also going to go with the RSI indicator, the MACD indicator, and also a money flow indicator, but slightly later. First, let's go and look at the Elliot stochastic, because this one, after getting in the overbought area, when Bitcoin was trading exactly at this level, we got right here a push down, and now we are entering the oversold area. Locally, this right here, it is some kind of a bullish indication for Bitcoin. So looking right now at the Elliot stochastic, I would say bullish indication forming on the daily time frame. But not only that, go right now with the RSI, MACD, and also money flow on the daily time frame. Literally every single indicator right here, it is forming a hidden bullish divergence. Lower lows being formed on the RSI, lower lows being formed on the MACD, but also lower lows being formed on the money flow indicator. Bitcoin forming a higher low right here, which means we are getting right here a hidden bullish divergence setup. Again, another bullish indication why ideally we are looking for a push towards the upside to happen very, very soon, ideally from our area of support at approximately 71,500 US dollars. If the level breaks, again, stop loss, my stop loss is going to get hit. We are then going to look for another major push down, but nevertheless, this area so far, it's a very nice area of support I'm right now still paying attention to. Additionally, right now, one level that it is still very interesting one, and it is going to be the first major resistance of Bitcoin, is going to be the golden Fibonacci ratio aligning with the value area high. And you will see, when I go right now with the hypertrend indicator once again on the 4-hour time frame, where is this zone coming in? Approximately at, let's just say, 76,200 US dollars, right? Approximately at this zone, we do have the first resistance. And you can see how nicely the cloud right here has been respected. When broken down, resistance. Resistance right here. And right now, because it was broken down, it is going to be another resistance. Also, of course, we got right here a bearish cross. So why is this level such an important one? Let me hide it for now. Fibonacci from the high back towards the low. Golden pocket coming in exactly right here. But not only that, let's go on the daily time frame. Let's measure the entire bottom price action with the volume. Where is the value area high coming in right now? Exactly at the golden pocket, exactly at our hypertrend cloud resistance level. So it really does seem like this zone, it is the first resistance we can be paying attention to. If broken back up, as we said before, the next level then is going to be our bigger golden Fibonacci ratio at approximately 79,000 US dollar area. But yeah, this level so far, it is going to be the first level I'm paying attention to. If right now Bitcoin already does get another rotation back towards the upside. But again, if I right now show you my ideal scenario, it is going to look something like this. Let me go right here with the path tool. We get another push down. We wrecked even more people. We then get a reversal back towards the upside. Maybe some kind of a rejection right here. Another push down. Another push towards the upside. We form some kind of an ABC correction. And then we continue much lower back towards downside. And of course, then finish our bigger ABC correction right here. But more about the future, what we are going to be expecting here in the upcoming days. So far, this right here, I do actually think it's quite a nice plan. So if you do like it, I would appreciate if you're right to smashing up the like button. If you want to trade with us, actually, we do have right now a brand new campaign that just went live on B2X exchange using the SAC link down below in the description. No KYC, no VPN. You're able to get a beautiful bonus. Up to 5,000 US dollars right here. You register, you deposit, you're already going to get a bonus. The more you're going to trade, the bigger rewards you're going to get. But also right here, we do have a giveaway of 1,000 USDT, and all you have to do here is pretty much complete any task listed below to automatically qualify for the draw. So it pretty much means you register, you deposit, you're already going to get right here a free bonus right here. You can also trade, you're going to get an even bigger bonus, but also one lucky winner is going to get 1,000 USDT bonus completely for free. So of course, if you want to get a bonus, if you also want to trade with us right here, taking advantage of the free rewards using the SAC link down below simply does make quite a lot of sense. Let me right now look at the chat a little bit, and then also we definitely still need to cover Ethereum. I still need to go through XRP, but I'm just right now first of all curious, what are you right here saying in the chat? Puke BT, so we can put in long down at $70,000. If we get there, sure. If we don't get there, I'm already positioned in a long position, so it's pretty much right now up to you. If you think we are going to actually go lower, I would say probably it's better to wait, right? And Bitcoin hits the 70,000, then you fire a long position potentially. But of course, if we go higher, you also need to accept the risk that you are not involved in a long position, right? So it's pretty much up to you. How much risk are you actually willing to take? if price just touched the golden pocket at 71,700, what would you wait for to enter? Or are you waiting for the liquidity at 70,400 to be taken before entering any long position? 71,700 is going to be, wait, 71,700, it's approximately below the recent low, right? So what I'm waiting for, let me see this one again. If price touched the golden pocket, what would you wait for to enter? Or are you waiting for liquidity at 70,000? I would say like this. Once we hit the golden Fibonacci ratio and potentially do not grab the liquidity just yet, yes, I would probably already start building another long or a buy trade. Ideally, you want to get a liquidity grab immediately, right? But again, I don't know exactly what is going to happen once Bitcoin does go lower and actually hits our golden Fibonacci ratio, right? So that is why you could potentially enter your trade for, let's just say, 50% at the golden Fibonacci ratio, 50% if we actually go lower and take the liquidity below the recent low. Or, second example that you can do, you go fully in at the golden Fibonacci ratio, stop loss below the recent low. If you get stopped out, you then also enter another full position at the liquidity level. In this scenario, you lose one, but nevertheless, usually if you get stopped out with a tight stop loss, it can still be a better, or should I say a bigger profit, because your risk to reward ratio is going to be better with a tighter stop loss versus having a wider stop loss, right? So you have right here two different options: scale into the position, one at the golden pocket, one at the liquidity level, or if you're not, bro, please spamming right here. Please spamming. Or if you want to simply, wait, what was I saying? Yeah, you can first golden pocket or second one at the liquidity level. Let's see. If you look at the Elliot's oscillator on the weekly, it is now pushing down for a few weeks. Don't you think on the long term it will go back down to oversold and then Bitcoin may be bottoming out? Yes, I do think Elliot's stochastic is probably going to drop in the oversold area. But the thing is, this is right on my plan with the Elliot's stochastic on the weekly. Let me go on the weekly here. Let me go with the Elliot's. We are curving down right now, right? So it could potentially mean we right here get a push up towards the, let's just say, $79,000. We fill the gap. We get another push down here, right? Then we are going to be in the oversold area on the Elliot stochastic CG oscillator once Bitcoin gets this finished ABC correction. I do think there is definitely a possibility, but yeah, for that we still need to wait slightly for us to first of all see what is going to develop at this specific area. But yeah, so far I actually do think this trading plan does make quite a lot of sense. Let's see. Do you remain in long positions if we hit the lower golden pocket, or do you keep stop loss tight? Usually, I do like to have my stop loss tight when there is a successful liquidity grab. What does that mean? If I do trade a liquidity level, which simply means we get a liquidity, for example, this one, I think this one, yeah. Right here, we got a liquidity grab, right? If you trade a liquidity grab, I usually want to have my stop loss as tight as possible, which pretty much means stop loss go exactly above the recent high. Also, for example, with this example we got right here, my entry was after the liquidity grab, and oops, not like this. My entry was exactly at the liquidity grab right here. Stop loss goes exactly below the recent low. Right here, exactly below the low. I don't want to have any lower because, again, if there is a liquidity grab, ideally, you want to get a reversal immediately and as soon as possible. Now, with the golden Fibonacci ratio that we are going to hit, or potentially we are going to hit, again, I don't know, but if we do hit the golden Fibonacci ratio, ideally, our entry should be after a liquidity grab. So how can we right here approach this? Of course, I am going to be monitoring the price once we are going to be hitting the golden Fibonacci ratio, or potentially going to hit it, but something I would be looking for right here. This is, in my opinion, the best entry you can fire if we don't go below our recent lows here. But again, you don't have to guess, you simply have a stop loss, and if you get stopped out, you need to then re-enter a position if the trade is still valid. So ideally, what I'm looking for right here, you hit the golden Fibonacci ratio, you get another push down, right? You then get an immediate reaction back up. If we close the candle above the recent low, that is a successful liquidity grab. On the other hand, of course, in this scenario, I would have my stop loss exactly below the recent low. If we get a push down here, we chop around this area, then of course, ideally, I don't want to re-enter because a liquidity grab below this low has not been confirmed. So what you can do, wait slightly more. Usually then you get another push down, liquidity below the below this low gets grabbed, then you enter, stop loss below this low. Let's see if we are able to get right here a reversal back down. So ideally, you want to see a liquidity grab also at the golden Fibonacci ratio, but it really depends what is going to be happening right here. If we get an immediate reaction back up, it is already a liquidity grab. If we don't get an immediate reaction back up, you need to potentially wait for another push down, and then we get a liquidity grab, your stop loss goes exactly below the recent low. But yeah, usually the best things to trade here is key level and a liquidity and also a liquidity grab. That being said, a successful swing failure pattern at a key level. That is usually the best trading setup that you can actually go with, because it is going to offer you a very nice stop loss placement. Stop loss exactly below the recent low. Sure, you could get stopped out once, maybe even twice, maybe even 3 times. But the thing is, risk to reward ratio of a tighter stop loss, it is going to give you, at the end of the day, bigger profit. What exactly does that mean? Let's just say you go with a long position at the golden Fibonacci ratio, right? Your stop loss, because you don't know where to set a stop loss, maybe your stop loss is going to be approximately here. You target this specific high. This trade is going to give you only 2.36 to 1 risk to reward ratio. Now, with my second example, or actually, yeah, with my first example, as I was explaining before, we hit the golden pocket, right? We hit the golden pocket, then potentially we get an immediate reaction back up. In this scenario, you enter approximately here, stop loss exactly below the recent low. Your target is the same, and it's going to give you 5 to 1 risk to reward ratio. Much better. Now, where this one could potentially fail if you get stopped out, right? But even if you get stopped out with 5 to 1, you get stopped out once, then of course you could re-enter slightly lower. Still, 5 to 1 risk to reward minus 1R is still going to be, at the end of the day, 4R in profit, right? Versus, if you look at this one right here, the first trade, it is going to give you 2.36. So you still made 2R more versus on this example, right? So it does look like, at the end of the day, usually having a tighter stop loss with a bigger or better risk to reward, usually it is better. However, you should not be afraid to re-enter a position if the trade is still valid. Also, what would be an even bigger disaster, for example, you go with a long position at the golden pocket, right? And you get stopped out of the position, right? Out of this specific trade. In this scenario, your risk to reward was not great, and also you lost money because you actually your stop loss right here got actually hit. I much rather have my stop loss very, very tight. I get stopped out once, twice, maybe even 3 times, but then on the 4th try, usually then the trade is then going to start playing out with a nice risk to reward ratio. You're, at the end of the day, going to be in an even bigger profit, right? So, but the thing is, you should not really be afraid to re-enter a position if the trade is still valid. Let's see. How do you judge how much percentage to take at each take profit? And also, do you wait for a reaction or just set a limit for the take profit? I preset take profits, and also I do preset stop loss. So it means once I enter a trade, everything is already preset. Then walk away from the computer, close down the chart, and don't watch it. Then the market is going to decide if you're going to be in a profit or not. But I would say how much you're willing to take profit, it really depends how strong of a level actually is, in what trend we are actually moving in. For example, if we are in an uptrend, but I'm looking for a short position, usually you want to be taking the profits slightly more aggressively. For example, if there is already a nice level hit, at least 50%. Because the thing is, nobody has went broke taking the profits, right? So that is why usually taking the profits, literally, if you're not going to be taking the profits, I'm going to take them from you. So you really need to be paying yourself once the trade starts going your way. But the thing is, you also don't want to be taking them too fast. It means that if you are in a long position, Bitcoin is in an uptrend, and also, for example, we hit a beautiful support level right now. For example, with this trade that I'm showing you right now, with the golden Fibonacci ratio trade right here, I know the golden Fibonacci ratio here is already quite a nice level. So I would be potentially looking right here to take 30, maybe even 50% of my trade. Then we go higher towards a bigger level. Then, of course, I take or maybe even close the entire trade, right? So, yeah, usually if you're going with the trend, you can be taking slightly less profit. If you're going without the trend, which means you're trading against the trend, you want to be paying yourself as quickly and as much as possible. Why are you not thinking like this? We may break the gold pocket and may fall much lower, maybe. Sure, we can also do it like this. In this scenario, I get stopped out. Out of my long positions, but again, I do remain in my short trades. I'm also, of course, I am prepared right here for all of the scenarios pretty much. And at the end of the day, risk management is the one that actually decides if you are going to be profitable or not. I can show you right here perfect levels, but if you're not going to be taking the profits, if you're not going to be setting a stop loss, you probably at the end of the day are going to lose the money. So yeah, let's see, slot machine for the uneducated. I mean, I don't know. I definitely do not agree with you on this one. Trading is not gambling. If you do have proper risk management, if you do have a system that actually works, that being said, you're at least looking for buying positions at the support level, looking for sell positions at the resistance level, it's not gambling. And yeah, I mean, some people definitely say trading is gambling, but the thing is, you need to build a statistical edge, which means looking for buying positions at some very important key levels. Trading with the trend is also going to increase the probability that your trade at the end of the day is going to be in a profit. This is excellent analysis. Thank you, Hyper. Thank you very much for a very nice comment. With that said, I would appreciate if you right now smash up the like button here, subscribe to the channel, but also right now, let me show you exactly what I think about Ethereum. Let me first of all apply the high-term timeframe levels on the chart, because this one is also looking quite nice. I actually shared this chart in my free VIP Discord server already a few days ago, but nevertheless, Ethereum right now, it is still trading approximately at the monthly and also weekly high-term time frame areas of support. Beautiful level was hit only a few days ago here. And I would actually say like this. If Bitcoin does move lower, probably also Ethereum, it is going to move lower, right? So we need to know what is going to be our next key level we can be paying attention to on Ethereum if we are going to go right here lower. I would say like this. Pay attention to the lows approximately right here. This is going to be our next liquidity level we can be looking for. Also, what I'm going to do here, let's actually go with Fibonacci. We go from the low here back towards the high. And I'm going to go here with the 0.786 Fibonacci retracement level. This level is coming in, as you can see, almost exactly at the liquidity level. So Ethereum doesn't really have that nice of a level as Bitcoin right here, but I do know if Bitcoin is going to be trading at the gold pocket, and we are actually going to hit a nice support level also on Ethereum. Of course, I'm also going to be looking for another long or a buy position here. One could say we do have another liquidity level slightly higher. I would say both of those levels here are definitely important. And yeah, if Bitcoin does go lower, this zone right here, it is going to be a very important one where ideally, again, we are looking only for another long or buy trade. So very nice zone, very clearly identified with the liquidity levels and also with the 0.786 Fibonacci retracement level. Also, one thing I would like to do here, if we go with fixed range volume profile and measuring the entire thing, value area low exactly right here. So all you have to do right here, you don't have to watch the chart 24/7. Go right here on the right, hover your mouse over the price here, and simply click on the plus button. So once we are going to be trading already below this low, I want to be alerted. I want to see what is a reaction below the recent low. Because again, this level is a beautiful support level. Once we hit it, I want to be alerted on my phone, then look at the chart and then simply execute based on the reaction if it happens, if we actually confirm a liquidity grab or a swing failure pattern below the recent low. I don't have to watch the chart 24/7. I made the plan already in advance, and simply then once you get the alert on your phone, you execute based on the plan. So yeah, right now on Ethereum, this right here, it is going to be the best support level I'm right now paying attention to. XRP, this one is actually has already hit the liquidity level here slightly already a few days ago, which in my opinion was a beautiful level here on XRP. Do I think we can get another push down and take the liquidity once again? Yeah, we can do that, but ideally, I don't want XRP to get actually right here another push down below the recent low. So I would say with XRP, we are looking slightly stronger, I would say, versus Bitcoin and also Ethereum, because again, we have already taken the liquidity below those lows. But if we do go lower, the next level is going to be the daily level, which I don't know why it's not on the chart here. I do have the daily level. Let me remove the daily here and also the weekly. We do have the next daily, if we go lower right here, 1.21 US dollars. This is then going to be the next daily level we can be looking for. But again, I do think this level is already a beautiful one on XRP. So let's see if it's actually going to hold. If not, daily level right here, it is going to be the next one. Let me right now see something else. If we go on the monthly, yeah, we are going to confirm a new monthly level of resistance on XRP at one, oops, not weekly, monthly. This level is going to get confirmed in the next 4 hours. So this monthly level is coming in where? Yeah, slightly above the recent high. This monthly level, it is definitely a very important one I would be aware of. What about on Ethereum? Let me see Ethereum as well. We go here on the monthly. Yeah, we are also going to confirm a new monthly here. Also on Bitcoin, but I'm going to show you tomorrow where the monthly is going to come in. So that is why, of course, subscribing to the channel does make quite a lot of sense, because tomorrow I am going to talk about the monthly level. This level on Ethereum, it is coming in where? This one is slightly... Okay, this one is actually quite high. This one is coming in at the value area high, maybe also at the golden Fibonacci ratio. Okay, this right here is quite a major level. Let's see golden pocket. Where is it landing? Yeah. Okay, so if we hit this level, we have perfect alignment. I'm already right. I'm going to set an alert here because the monthly level here on Ethereum is quite a big level, value area high and the golden pocket. Probably will look for a short position here, long position here, short position here. And pretty much that is the entire plan, right? So if we break the level, sure, I get stopped out on my long position, but nevertheless, beautiful support level, beautiful resistance level coming up on Ethereum. In terms of Bitcoin, we also know exactly where we are looking for longs, where we are looking for shorts. So again, I do think we are quite well prepared for the upcoming week. The only question is, where are we actually going to go? But I do think that with all of our trades here, with the long trades, already maybe right now, if we do get a push toward the upside, we are probably going to be in a very nice profit. Let me right now check out the chat here again. Let's see. Would you sell in a downtrend? It's better to go short. I mean, higher chance of success even if you don't get a perfect entry. Yes, that is true. If we are in a downtrend, it is better to look for a short position. But even in a downtrend, you usually get pullbacks, right? What does it mean? Even if overall right now we are in some kind of a downtrend, let me actually apply the hypertrend indicator on the chart. For example, I think on XRP, actually this is a beautiful example. We are in a downtrend technically. Actually, let me remove everything from the chart. We are in a downtrend, or actually we were, or actually still, yeah, we were, and also, yeah, we are right now still in a downtrend. But the thing is, if you are in a downtrend, it is better to go with a short position, but on a pullback, right? So once we hit the level or the resistance level, then it's good to go with a short position, right? I wouldn't go with a short position in a downtrend when we already have gotten a push down, which means, for example, we got a push down here, let's fire a short here. Definitely not. You want to wait for a pullback and then you fire a short or a sell position. If you look like that on the daily, XRP is in a downtrend for a very long time already, right? So technically on the daily, it is still better to go with a short trade. But the thing is, usually you want to have a good entry as well, right? So looking for a short trade on a pullback, it is usually the best thing to do. Also for a long position, usually looking for a long position in an uptrend on a pullback is the best way to go. So for example, here on Bitcoin, you have gotten an uptrend, pullback, you enter a long position, very high probability. We are going to right here continue much higher towards the upside. So yeah, I do think pretty much exactly as you said, there is a higher probability of going with a short trade in a downtrend. Let's see. Do you think mental is a big part of trading? And was it hard mentally for you when you started? Yes, at the start, I would say it is pretty much the hardest. But the thing is, once you actually spend money in the market, I would say experience is pretty much all you need for you to trade your mental game, I would say. The more time you're going to spend in the market, and also the earlier you're going to accept that, yeah, you can make a losing trade as well, and you can also go on a losing trade, the better it's going to be for you. But the thing is, the more times you're going to try, the more times you're going to get involved in trading, the less the less emotions you're going to feel. So that is why the more you're going to trade, of course, don't go all in every single trade. Have proper risk management, but once you start getting involved in the market with trading, you're going to be completely fine with winning and of course also then with losing. Of course, overall speaking, or you still want to be at the end of the day in the plus, but nevertheless, you're simply going to treat a losing trade as some kind of a business expense, right? Because trading at the end of the day, it is actually a business, right? So even with a normal business, you are going to have expenses. But the thing is, with trading, it is simply going to be a losing trade. That is literally it. Let's see. What moving averages are you using on that hypertrend indicator? I mean, if you are smart, I think you can actually figure it out, but I'm actually not going to say it to you. Are you a full-time trader and you made living from trading? Yes, actually, I am right here in the crypto space since 2017. At the start, no, I was not actually profitable. But of course, once you learn the things, once you actually start exploring the markets, yes, trading can definitely become your full-time job. To be honest, I wouldn't even call myself, or actually should I say, I wouldn't really call myself that trading is my job. I really love what I do, right? And that is why, sure, you can say it's a job, but I would maybe say even a hobby, because I don't really treat what I'm doing right now being a job, right? I really like making those videos. I really like trading. I have been experiencing and trading myself for a very long time. That is simply why, no, I wouldn't really say it's a job. It's simply some kind of a hobby. And yes, I do this full time. Which time frame do you use to confirm a swing failure? Usually 15-minute or 30-minute time frame, 1 hourly as well. Something like this. 15-minute, 30 minutes, 1 hourly is the best. Let's see. Beautiful analysis. Love from India. Cheers to India right now. What is your Bitcoin bottom according to you? I do think below 60,000. Probably also maybe 40,000 US dollars. Quite hard to say, but the thing is, actually also something I was looking at the other day. Look at this indicator, right? It is predicting where the bottom is quite accurately. And so far, in terms of the cloud here, both of the lines here are still actually pointing some kind of towards the downside, right? So that is why I would say looking for lower right now still does make a lot of sense. Again, first, as we said before, looking for a bounce here, then potentially another push down. But yeah, I would say I wouldn't really say we are right now in a bull market just yet. Ideally, I still am looking for price to go below 60,000 US dollars. Right here, let me see. Yeah, right here. When we got a bullish cross, right? What happened? Oops. Here, before we started moving and reversing the downtrend, or should I say the bear market, we needed to reclaim the level, bullish retest, bullish cross, then we pump it towards the upside. Are we having this right now? You be the judge, but it does seem like not really, right? So I wouldn't really say that Bitcoin bottomed here. I do think we are going to drop lower, approximately 50, 40, maybe even 35,000, something like this. But yeah, we'll see. Could you please get my question from above about your bias if you can? Skippy, let's see this one. Right here. If you were in no positions at the moment and you are entering longs but getting stopped out, at what point would you stop and start considering short positions? I would consider a short position only at the area of resistance. That being said, if, for example, right now I try with, I don't know, 5 long positions, for example, we get this, push down, push down, push down, I wouldn't go with any short positions. Short positions only at the area of resistance. I wouldn't go and trade the breakdown that potentially could happen right here. So no, I would not even consider going with the short. I would consider a short after a push up. Right here, definitely not a short position. Let's see. Do you have holdings of Bitcoin and Ethereum or just only trading? You buy dollar cost average. In terms of the holdings right now, overall speaking, I do think dollar cost averaging is a smart idea. However, I would still say that probably you could still wait slightly more for you to dollar cost average in slightly lower. So I would say ideally you should be looking for slightly lower, but dollar cost averaging can already be right now a smart idea already. Maybe not go all in, just simply have some steady capital flowing in the crypto market. But if we are going to be going lower, then simply you can be deploying even more capital. Okay, with that being said, what are your top 10 altcoins? Very good question. Bitcoin, Ethereum. Of course, Bitcoin is not an altcoin, but yeah, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, Hype as well. Other than that, I don't think it's even worth looking at, to be honest. Sui, maybe. Yeah, Sui is also a good one in my opinion. But if I would right now need to pick, let's just say, my top, and the only ones pretty much, I would say Sui, Sui 1. Then we have maybe Ton as well. Yeah, let's say Ton as well. Second one. Then we have, let's see this one, Hype, which is the third one, Solana, fourth one, fifth one, six. I have top 6. I don't have any other ones because I do think altcoins usually, I mean, they can perform well in the altcoin season, but for the altcoin season, usually then, of course, new altcoins are going to be released, which are then going to pump. But yeah, so far, I wouldn't really be looking for any major altcoin investments, to be honest. Hype has already gotten a major push up, but yeah, I do think on Hype, we might be looking for some kind of a reversal to happen quite soon. We are still in a major uptrend. We are still pushing higher here, but yeah, I would like to see some kind of a reversal on Hype to happen very, very soon. With that being said, I would also appreciate if you right now smash up the like button here, subscribe to the channel because 140,000 subscribers, I do think it's quite likely in the upcoming months. With it being said, if you want to join the free Discord group, if you want to get some free bonuses, you can use the links down below in the description. But with it being said, thank you ever so much for watching today's crypto live stream. Hope you enjoyed it. If not, join tomorrow, or should I say next week, because I'm going to do another one. Thank you for watching. Have an amazing rest of your day. See you tomorrow. And of course, peace out, everyone.
Vitalik, clapping, Vitalik, impressed, happy and clapping, Vitalik is impressed. Vitalik clapping, 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 clapping. Vitalik clapping, clapping.